The results show that your hormones are affecting your fertility, but probably not in the way that you'd think. Most of the ladies I work with start off thinking hormonal imbalance means that they need to balance their progesterone with estrogen or fix the thyroid, improve their AMH, that kind of stuff, obvious things. But would we really be uncovering what others have missed if that is where we left it? You don't want another standard and quite frankly lazy answer, do you? Because your result is showing your hormones are not the problem as much as they are the message. And if you keep trying to force the message to change without understanding why your body is sending that message in the first place, then you spend months, years chasing symptoms and still end up in exactly the same place as you started, just with less time behind you. And that is why this result matters. Your answers show that your hormone and your cycle pattern is where your fertility bandwidth is being drained faster. So let me explain, because this is the bit that most ladies miss. I want to be clear. Hormones do not just randomly go rogue, they are signals. They are your body's way of showing what is happening underneath this hormone number. So if your cycle is short, long, heavy, light, painful, clotty, emotional, irregular, exhausting, or you're spotting before your period, you're struggling with ovulation, you're worrying about progesterone, watching your AMH, reading every symptom like it's evidence against you, that isn't your body being difficult. It's your body talking to you. Now, in modern life, the issue is that we're trained to ignore these messages and just push through them. Neither helps. Because when you're trying to conceive, hormone symptoms don't feel small. Every month is a verdict. That's exhausting. So we're not simply balancing hormones, we are understanding their message. So think of hormones like warning lights on a car dashboard. When the engine light flashes, you do not fix the car by covering that light off. No. Instead, you ask yourself, what is the engine trying to tell me? What is causing that engine warning light to be flashing? And that is how we think about your cycle. Your hormone symptoms are the dashboard. They're showing us the system underneath needs attention in some way. So, yes, you can try progesterone, seed cycling, inositol, marker, fertility vitamins, herbs, tracking apps, hormone teas, diet changes, another blood test. Some of those can be useful. But if you're only trying to turn off that light with those things, you still haven't dealt with what's making it flash. That is where so many ladies you lose these months and years. They're doing the logical things, often every single one of them, but in the wrong order for a body that is already under pressure. And then they blame themselves when it doesn't work. Now that stops here. Your result is not asking you to become more perfect. It's asking you to stop guessing, because hormones need these raw materials, stable energy, blood sugar that is not swinging all over the place. They need your gut, liver, lymph, and bowels, helping to clear the waste that is no longer needed. They need inflammation low enough that your body is not constantly protecting itself. And they need your nervous system to stop telling your body all day long that your life is at threat. So when your body is stressed, underfueled, inflamed, exhausted, sleeping badly, struggling to clear those old hormones, or running on survival chemistry, then your hormone messages just naturally get distorted. And that affects your fertility, because your fertility needs this clean communication between all of these different processes. It needs your body to ovulate well, to build its lining, to signal clearly after it's ovulated, and to support that implantation, then hold the rhythm. It needs enough spare bandwidth to support the new life. When your hormones are shouting, we do not just make them quieter with a chemical. We ask why they're shouting, then we stop that. This is the deeper work. Now, you may be thinking, but my hormone bloods came back normal. Good. Normal results are really useful information. But non-bloods are a snapshot of 1 hour in one day. Did you know hormones will give you different results at different times of day? So they can't show you how your cycle feels when you live in it. Normal on paper is not the same as having your body having enough fertility bandwidth. You know that, you feel it intuitively. Because if the reassurance matched your lived experience, you would feel reassured, but you don't. You're still here. Now, you may also be thinking, I already know my hormones are the problem. Yeah. But if we stop there, we miss the useful bit, which isn't my hormones are wrong. You're not a number first and a living system second. So, therefore, the useful bit is what is making my body send this hormone message? Now, this means that we can stop wasting time on the wrong first step, and there is a difference. So, one conversation says, you're older now, so what did you expect? The conversation shuts women down. Another conversation says, given the body that you have now, what is draining your capacity? What needs support first? That conversation gives you somewhere useful to go. That is the conversation that I want you in, proper interpretation. This hormonal imbalance reset is the most important clear sequence for your body when the hormone and cycle layer is where your fertility bandwidth is being drained. So we start by helping your body rebuild the conditions hormones need to communicate properly. Not all at once, in a stepwise sequence that builds so your system and your life isn't overloaded. Because your body doesn't need another thing to fail at, it needs the right order. And when my ladies finally see the pattern, the whole feeling changes. They stop thinking my hormones are broken and they start thinking my body has been sending me messages and now I know how to read them. And that is the all important shift. At this point, you may still be thinking, should I research a bit more first? You can. But more information has not been the missing piece for you so far, has it? You already have enough information. But have you had the right first sequence for your body? You may be thinking, if this is not everything, does it need to be everything today? Or does it need to be the right first step, the needle mover your result has shown? You may be thinking, I can just do this myself. Maybe. If doing it yourself meant tracking more, worrying more, buying more supplements, changing everything at once, feeling hope for 3 days, then confused again by your next cycle, then is it effort that is really your problem? Or is it sequence? That is what this reset gives you, not PDF sitting in your inbox, but a clear step by step supported sequence to help you understand your hormone pattern without overloading your body further, trying to do the right thing. But do not ignore this result. Are you ready to stop treating your cycle like a monthly verdict and start reading it as information? Or are you going to go back to chasing one hormone number when you already now know better? Your answer has shown that the hormone and cycle layer is where your fertility bandwidth is being drained most. So start the hormonal imbalance reset now. No more guessing, no more chasing symptoms, no more forcing your hormones when you know they are trying to tell you something. Are you ready to let your cycle become useful information instead of fear? Let your symptoms become clues instead of proof that you're failing. Let your body rebuild the rhythm, the stability, the bandwidth that fertility needs. Because this is not about doing more.